The city of Raleigh is improving the water quality of local waterways with a unique stormwater capture program. WRAL's newest reporter, Shelley Jackson, shows us how some homeowners are making rainwater work for them.
3 or 4 or 5 more.
This may look like a typical Raleigh garden.
This is called green and gold. It's a really great ground cover. These are hollies. This is Virginia bluebell. These are ferns. I think these are Christmas ferns.
But look more closely and you'll see the garden was designed to catch rainwater.
It's close to being full now because of that huge downpour we just had.
Perry's rain garden was installed a year and a half ago. She took advantage of the Raleigh Rainwater Rewards program.
So Rainwater Rewards is a program that encourages private property owners to install water quality stormwater devices on their property to help improve overall water quality in the community and in our creeks and rivers.
Perry lives in the Pigeon House Branch watershed.
Pigeon House Branch is one of our most impaired and polluted waterways in Raleigh.
Stormwater from Perry's roof is directed to the garden, and that helps improve the water quality at the Pigeon House Branch Creek. The city reimbursed Perry 90% of her installation costs. In return, she agreed to maintain the rain garden for 10 years and send in annual reports. Perry says the installation is a no-brainer.
I care a lot about the environment, and we're really worried about and interested in climate change. And this is obviously one of those many small ways that an individual can play some part in trying to have a positive impact on some part of that.
Shelley Jackson, WRAL News, Raleigh.
That storm water program certainly is getting a workout today. It's a WRAL weather alert day. You're taking a live look at RDU, the rain coming down there and the heavy dark clouds certainly lingering in the distance.
See a little bit of blue sky, left side of your screen.
Yeah.
Wish we could zoom in on that. We are at a level 1 threat though for severe weather as we are on the newscast right now. We are seeing a risk of hail in some parts of our viewing area too.
Meteorologist Kat Campbell is in the middle of it all. She's in the WRAL storm tracker. Kat, where are you now exactly? What is it looking like?
I am in Raleigh, and I want to show you a look from our camera on top of the WRAL storm tracker. You look in the distance, and I can actually zoom in a little bit at just the wall of rain. And traffic now stopping. We are headed into downtown Raleigh, and I want to show you a live look at our graphics now, our weather graphics of what it looks like in Apex. Heavy rain moving through Apex at this point. This is the severe storm that will be moving northeast toward Raleigh, and we have already seen very heavy rain, a lot of hail in Apex and Raleigh, and with this intense thunderstorm moving back into the same area with the flood advisory already in effect, I'm concerned that with even more heavy rain coming that we're going to transition more to a flooding threat over the next hour around Wake County. So that's what we're going to be checking out. Some of the areas that often flood, will let you know if we run into any issues here in the WRAL storm tracker. A severe thunderstorm warning in effect just southwest of Raleigh and Wake County until 6:15. You've got about half an hour left in that warning. And Lewisburg under a severe thunderstorm warning for about 1 more minute. We'll let you know if that is extended. We have seen quite a bit of rain. We've already seen up to about 2.5 inches of rain in southwest Wake County toward Apex, western Cary. It has been heavy rain. We've driven through it with the hail. It's been a mess on the roads at times this afternoon. And the severe weather threats showing the hail concern really up toward Lewisburg now, where there could be some larger hail. As we see these storms move into Wake County and areas that have already seen the severe weather, the atmosphere already worked over. So we should gradually see that storm weaken to some degree, but it's still likely to dump very heavy rain. So we're going to need to keep an eye on the potential for some flash flooding this evening. The storms that we're tracking, the key storms moving through Wake County, Franklin County, as well as Johnston counties at this hour. Those are the most intense thunderstorms on the dual Doppler 5000 radar. We have been under that level 1 threat for severe weather for a few days now, and that's why we wanted to give you a heads up and issue a WRAL weather alert day in advance. There is another one coming up on Sunday. We're going to keep an eye on the chance for more isolated intense storms on Sunday evening. The weekend, though, for the most part, is trending drier. I don't think that the rain would be as widespread on Sunday. Really doesn't look too bad, especially tomorrow. Tomorrow's always looked like the nicer weekend day. But let's take a look at high-resolution futurecast for Sunday. We got this in for the first time today. It keeps us dry through about noon. After that, still pretty quiet up until the late evening hours into Sunday night. And you can see those storms moving through pretty late. So you should still have plenty of dry hours during the day. We are under a level 1 threat for severe weather again on Sunday evening. The concerns would be damaging wind gusts and hail once again. So we're going to keep a close eye on that potential for you in the coming days. It is a WRAL weather alert day to get you ahead of those storms. Looking ahead to next week, the cold front that ushers in the storms on Sunday is going to bring some less warm and less humid air behind it. It looks like a beautiful start to next week. Highs climb back into the mid-80s by the middle of next week, and we're going to be watching that closely. For now, we're in the WRAL storm tracker, keeping a close eye on the roads. The traffic is a mess out here this evening with the heavy rain, and I think with more of this heavy rain moving in, that the roads are about to get even worse. Deborah and Dan.
Yeah, when the weather's like this during the commute, that's what you get. Kat, thanks for keeping us up to date.
Well, for parents, filling out your college students' FAFSA form can certainly be a daunting task. Still ahead, the millions of dollars still on the table for North Carolina students and why you should take advantage before it's too late.
I'm Gerald Owens. Coming up in our news at 6, we'll continue to follow the severe weather moving through the area. We are also following breaking news, a deadly crash involving juveniles. WRAL is live at the scene with what we know so far. Then for years, WRAL Investigates has examined state school bus inspections. We'll show you how one of the worst ranking school districts is improving their score to keep young children or your children safe. We'll have those stories and more at the top of the hour.
Area's top heating and cooling experts.
Special report.
Spectrum just launched Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with talk, text, and data. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
At Blanton's, we have the highest standards in every department, which is why Coolidge doesn't work in AC repair. Let Blanton's expert AC tech service your system today.
Blanton's Air, Plumbing and Electric.
It's bow time.
Dude, we need gas.
Yo, we gotta get those Supremes.
We're not gonna make it.
It's bow time, baby.
So worth it, right?
I'm glad y'all ran out of gas.
Boldly seasoned chicken Supremes with a biscuit, fixin', and drink. It's bow time.
Right now, during the Rooms to Go store-wide mattress sale, sleep better and save big, thanks to this special first-time ever offer. Buy this Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, or Beauty Rest Select mattress in your choice of sizes for only $5.95. That's 3 great brands, any size, one low price. Twin, full, queen, even a king-size mattress, just $5.95. Plus, check out all our other great mattress buys during the Rooms to Go store-wide mattress sale, going on now.
You know, when I'm not busy driving nails, I'm driving through Builder's Discount Center. And no wonder, they have top-grade materials and the best prices in town. The lumber, roofing, windows, vinyl siding, and complete packages for storage buildings, decks, even garages. And you can just drive in, load up, and drive out.
We declare a WRAL weather alert day when we know weather like this is heading into town, and we're all experiencing it right now as we've seen hail in some spots, definitely a lot of rain. We're looking at Roxborough right now where the skies are looking cloudy. So we're going to check in with Mike Mays in just a bit. We got Kat Campbell out on the roads. A lot to talk about tonight on this weather alert day. Hey, listen up, parents. North Carolina teens are leaving millions of dollars on the table when it comes to paying college.
That's because students are not applying through the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, as parents know it. WRAL's Destiny Patterson shows us FAFSA completion is a direct indicator of college attendance and even success.
Alicia Davis, a senior at Hillside High School, is ready to take her next challenge after graduation.
I'm deciding between Harvard and Duke right now.
And it's not just about who has the best program.
The reality of it is my family cannot afford to pay for my college out of the pocket.
Where she gets her computer science degree will depend on the money.
College is really expensive.
And that's where FAFSA comes in. It's a way for students to have access to financial aid.
When the bell rings each day, students come and fill these seats. But state educators say that they need more of them to take the next step in their education.
While more seniors have filled out the FAFSA this year, My Future NC reports completion isn't as strong as it was pre-pandemic. In fact, North Carolinians leave more than $100 million in federal money on the table each year.
By the vast majority, I wouldn't say there's a sense of urgency.
And sometimes that means families wait until it's too late.
That amount of money is frightening to many students and families.
Data shows a correlation between FAFSA completion and college attendance. 88% of students who do fill out the form end up going to college. If we look at this big picture, Davis says it's about setting her life up for success.
Leaving college with student loan debt could be the worst thing for you, especially when you're trying to buy a car and buy a house.
State leaders say the hope is that more students applying and going to college will lead to an even stronger workforce. Destiny Patterson, WRAL News.
The College Foundation of North Carolina has a FAFSA tracker where you can see just how many students have completed the forms in each district.
It is difficult, but it's so helpful. You can find that tool in our story at WRAL.com. You fans, so everybody, there is a festival just for you this weekend in the Triangle.
Here's a look at WRAL Out and About's best bets.
In downtown Raleigh, the North Carolina Q-Grass Festival returns tomorrow. The Pit is going to be bringing all the barbecue. There's going to be music on 2 stages. There'll be a draft beer tent too, and a silent auction. It's going to run from noon until 6 tomorrow on Fayetteville Street.
Also this weekend, the Harlem Globetrotters are back in Raleigh. They're going to bring their world tour to PNC Arena on Sunday. Tickets are still available. You can learn more about these events and others on WRAL.com. Just search Out and About.
Thanks for joining us here at 5:30. The news at 6 is just ahead.
Showers and storms are picking up in intensity. The WRAL Storm Tracker is tracking live conditions in the towns where the risks are greatest. When we're in the clear, and a new WRAL Weather Alert Day issued for the weekend.
A 17-year-old found dead on this street marks the 18th juvenile shot in Durham this year. Local and state lawmakers are weighing in on whose responsibility it is to stop this trend.
A local school system had one of the worst bus inspection scores. WRAL investigates how they turned it around.
This is a WRAL Weather Alert Day, and meteorologist Mike Mays just told us as of seconds ago, all of the area is not seeing any more severe thunderstorm warnings. So that's the good news, but we're not done yet. Good evening. I'm Deborah Morgan.
And I'm Gerald Owens. Thank you for joining us. The evidence of severe weather was clear for people in Apex today. Neighbors there have already seen a good amount of rain and hail. You can hear it and see it as it fell on this homeowner's porch. Some of it pea-sized, some of it marble-sized. Some of the hail even the size of a quarter.
This is the heavy rain falling outside the WRAL studios a short while ago. Many of us across the area have really been watching it pour. And here off Durley Road in Raleigh, a tree fell at a condominium complex. And as I said, we are not done yet.
Meteorologist Mike Mays is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center to tell us what's happening right now and what we can expect later this evening. Mike.
Well, the only issue we have right now is a flood advisory that's in effect for much of Wake County until 7:30. And we're going to watch to see if that gets upgraded because some of the heavy rain from Sanford and Lee County is moving through Wake County right now. And we're seeing some of the numbers in southwestern Wake County when it comes to rain going up. But as you can see, there are no severe thunderstorm warnings as of right now. All of this activity is moving to the north and to the northeast. We take a look at Wake County. Cat Campbell is on I-440, the Beltline on the northeast side of town. Apex, we're seeing heavy rain, lightning as well. And it's really this region that has seen heavy rain this morning, this afternoon. All this is lifting up to the north. Lewisburg as well, seeing some heavy rain. Your warning has expired. And there's that flood advisory for much of Wake County, now up to 2.7 inches of rain in southwestern Wake County. So we're going to watch to see if this advisory gets upgraded between now and 7:30. Futurecast shows the activity gradually waning through the evening. We lose the heating of the day. The storm energy is dying down as well. So I think once we get past 9 o'clock, any threat for severe weather would come to an end. Still a stray showers possible overnight. So just be aware of that. We have more storms coming in this weekend. We'll let you know when we have the best chance and the other WRAL weather alert day for the weekend as well.
All right, Mike, we'll see you then. Thank you. WRAL's Brett Neese is in the live center with a look at the roads right now.
Brett, looking pretty messy in some areas, isn't it?
Yeah, Deborah and Gerald, we actually have WRAL's Aaron Thomas out there on the roads in Apex area. This is his live stream right now that's on our WRAL Facebook page. And you can see that those windshield wipers, they are moving and they are going to be needed. And you can see here on the map, there is a lot of slowdowns, especially in the Apex US 1 area and on I-40 out west of Raleigh. You can see a couple of crash icons. Those are all minor crashes, but those are causing some significant delays. Here's US 1 at Tryon Road, some live look there, some messy roads. A little bit further down on 1010 Road, our camera lens has plenty of rain. But then when we go back up to the northeast side of Raleigh, this is off of I-540, it's completely clear, but we know that that rain is moving in that direction. So it is a long commute out there this evening. A lot of messy roads. Just take it slow on the roadways this evening.
Absolutely. You've got Friday night commuter traffic along with the rain. It can be messy for sure. Thank you, Brett. And as we track the chance for storms tonight, you can stay up to date with the latest forecast on the WRAL weather app. You can find real-time radar and any weather alerts in your area.
Now back to breaking news in Johnston County, where 2 juveniles have died in a crash.
The crash happened on Highway 242. It's right near the town of Meadow in southeastern Johnston County. WRAL's Eric Miller has been at the scene for about 45 minutes now in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Eric, we do know it wasn't raining at the time of this accident.
Right, Deborah. Weather not a factor here. Instead, what we're hearing from officials was that the driver of this black SUV blew through the intersection here behind me, ignored the stop sign before getting T-boned by a dump truck. You take a look at some of this video from the scene. We know this happened just over 2 hours ago. Within the last 15 minutes, we've gotten confirmed there were 5 people in that black SUV. 2 adults up front, 3 people in the back seat, 2 of them under the age of 18. 2 people were thrown from the car. One of those juveniles was thrown from the car as well. 1 juvenile died outside the car. 1 juvenile died inside the car. An absolutely tragic scene out here this afternoon. Now, talking to people in this area, they tell us there aren't crashes here every day at this intersection, but they do happen relatively regularly. And when they do happen, they are tremendously severe. They are fatal, or folks taken to the hospital with very serious injuries. This is right in front of McLamb's Supply Company here, and employees there have told us they have been pushing to try to get some safety features here, whether that's another stop sign, whether that's a stop light, to no avail so far. So concerned for folks in this community having to see a crash scene like this out front of their door yet again. Back to you.
You can imagine. Eric Miller live in Johnston County. Thanks, Eric.
This is the face of the latest victim of gun violence in Durham. Kedron Pettiford was 17 years old. He's the 18th person under the age of 18 to be shot in the city this year. WRAL's Durham reporter Sarah Kruger is live at police headquarters after speaking with local leaders about how to stop this. Sarah?
Gerald, this marks 15 homicides in the city so far this year. 4 of those victims, including the one yesterday, were juveniles. From local leaders to people working in nonprofits, they all agree it will take a community-wide effort to address this. By phone, the mother of Kedron Pettiford told me her son was the one found dead on Carter Avenue in southeast Durham. She was too emotional to say any more.
Rest assured that we are not sitting back.
In a joint city-county meeting earlier this week, Mayor Elaine O'Neill said people should not expect that local leaders can stop youth violence by themselves.
My patience is very short with people who want to try to tell us that we're not doing enough, and we need everybody to step up.
Programs like Sidekicks Academy, operating in 3 Durham public schools, are among those trying to do their part.
We want to provide our students with powerful, positive images for them.
The nonprofit offers Taekwondo training along with mental health support and even homework help, preaching a model of nonviolence.
When we talk to these students all the time, they know this. They know the reality here in Durham and across the Triangle. It's difficult to do much of anything when you don't have any breath left in your lungs.
Data from the Gun Violence Archive shows more juveniles have been shot in Durham in the first 3.5 months of this year than were shot in each calendar year of 2019, 2020, and 2021. Sidekicks volunteer Greer Webb says he believes mentorship is a key piece of the puzzle.
It's not the responsibility of one person. It's the responsibility of our community.
And I saw Mayor O'Neill today at a community event, and I tried to speak with her to get more of her thoughts about youth violence. She told me she did not have time to do so today. Durham police have not announced any arrests nor any motive in Pettiford's killing. Gerald.
Sarah Kruger live in Durham. Thank you, Sarah.
Well, now to the heart-wrenching 911 call from a mother whose car was stolen in Raleigh with her baby in the back seat. WRAL's Joe Fisher joins us live in Raleigh. And Joe, that 911 call set off a frantic search for that child last night.
Deborah, in this 10-minute 911 call, you can really hear the fear and panic on this mother's voice. You can also hear the empathy from the dispatcher on the other end of the line.
I need you to breathe for 1 second for me, okay? I know you're terrified. I know you're terrified, okay? Oh my God!
It's an oh my God moment that had this mother in tears.
Somebody just stole my car. I just parking lot and they got my baby in it. They got my baby in the car.
Her Ford Edge SUV stolen from this Exxon gas station on Capitol Boulevard around 10:30 last night.
My car had a little bit of money in it. It was just a little thousand of freaking money in it. I parked it right here from the store and walked right inside the store and came right back out. And my car was freaking gone.
The dispatcher providing steady support as she tried to get more information.
Ma'am, listen to me. I know you're scared, okay? Your baby's in that car. I'm a mom too. I get it. But I need to know what kind of car you have, what direction they went so we can find them, okay?
The dispatcher finally got a license plate, helping officers in the search. 1 hour later and 3 miles away, police found the SUV abandoned with the baby inside at this Marathon gas station on East Millbrook Road. The mother and baby reunited thanks to an empathetic dispatcher who stayed calm through it all.
My car was just out here. How can somebody just take off with my car just like that? My car was just out here. Like, why would they take off with my damn car like that? Because they're an awful person, ma'am, and I'm sorry this is happening to you.
God. So terrifying and a happy ending after about an hour search. Police say that at this point the mother is not facing any charges. The investigation, Deborah, is ongoing as investigators continue to search for the person who stole that car, setting off all that panic.
Boy, that operator was amazing. Joe Fisher live in Raleigh. Thank you, Joe. Mike, you have a warning.
We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Wayne County. It's in southern Wayne County right now near Mount Olive, moving to the northeast at about 20. The warning expires at 7 o'clock. The potential quarter-size hail, maybe up to half-dollar-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. I'll keep my eye on this storm. I'll have more about this in full weather in just a few minutes.
We'll see you then, Mike. Thank you. Breaking news at 6, WRAL has confirmed that some state lawmakers are considering whether to legalize casinos outside of tribal land, and it could be in a Senate budget proposal next month. Chris Levengood is in our newsroom now with more on this. Chris, what do we know about it?
Well, Gerald, WRAL investigative sports reporter Brian Murphy has been looking into this, and I asked him some of the key points on this. And to be clear, this is a possible thing that could be included in the proposal. The House budget proposal didn't include this, but the Senate proposal could and would be in response to our state lowering corporate and income tax over time. If the state loses money from that, casino gambling could help make up that loss. Brian said there's one analysis out there suggesting this move could bring in more than $1.6 billion in revenue annually Potential casinos in Anson, Rockingham, and Nash counties alone could generate hundreds of millions of tax dollars for the state. Brian also said this is a way for our state to stay competitive.
Virginia has opened 4 casinos basically all along the North Carolina border, including one in Danville, Virginia, which is just across the border from Rockingham County. If those start to generate a lot of interest from North Carolina residents, you could see why North Carolina, much like the sports gambling, would want to capture that revenue and keep it in state.
The whole if you build it, they will come mentality, right? Lastly, Brian noted there are some places struggling economically in our state, and casinos mean jobs, it means tax revenue and attractions for tourists. That could help these places. But again, to emphasize, this is a possible proposal that we could see next month, Gerald.
Possible, but it is a talker. Thank you, Chris.
A bus safety U-turn for a local school system.
What was your reaction when you saw the new score?
Just excited, elated for the district, but really for our staff and for the community.
A local school system vowed to improve its bus inspection scores following a WRAL investigation. We checked back with them a year later to see if the promise was kept.
Right now, new details about the deadly encounter between murdered Cash App founder Bob Lee and the man charged with stabbing him to death. And I speak to composer Andrew Lloyd Webber about the Broadway closing of Phantom of the Opera after 35 years on Nightly News.
I've been covering the fentanyl epidemic in North Carolina for months. On the record, we hear from families whose loved ones were addicted to fentanyl. And we'll talk about the one community we haven't covered yet, a community being impacted the most. On the record, tomorrow at 7.
Five on your side's advice on how to keep your policy affordable and which company had the largest pay gap. Monday at 6.
Mornings are busy. Don't worry, we have you covered.
That water main break.
With new up-to-the-minute information you and your family need to start your day. Your time is important, so we don't waste it. WRAL Morning News. Coverage you can count on.
Good people are trustworthy. Good people go out of their way to do what's best for you. Whether they're friends or complete strangers. At UNC Health, you'll find good people around every corner.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.
At Batteries Plus, we power family road trips. We power bedtime stories. We power our local hospitals. We power connections with friends. We do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. How powerful is that?
Visit Batteries Plus for free auto battery testing and installation. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
Child abuse and neglect are a big problem in North Carolina. We're teaching adults how to help.
Did you know last year children's advocacy centers investigated almost 12,000 cases of abuse?
That's a lot, and that's just in North Carolina. What can adults do to help?
They can be ready to report in their county. Go to cacnc.org today and learn what to do.
Hendrick, used car values are at an all-time high. How much is your vehicle worth? Find out now at HendrickCars.com. Just enter your license plate number, answer a few simple questions.
For years, the WRAL Investigates team has tracked state school bus inspections for the hundreds of thousands of students who ride them every day.
And we've reported on school systems with chronic safety violations. Tonight, only on WRAL, investigative reporter Cullen Browder shows us how one of those districts turned their safety scores around.
For years, Warren County Schools bus inspection scores failed to meet expectations for the precious cargo on board. In fact, the 76 defect points in 2022 ranked worst among all counties in the WRAL viewing area.
We were very concerned.
They need to do better.
A bit bruised by the last few state inspections, Warren County made it their mission to improve.
It was tough.
This week, Warren County School Superintendent Keith Sutton recalled his frustration when he learned documented defects weren't getting fixed.
And that for me was just unacceptable. I couldn't understand how we would have that same bus with the same problems appear on a report 2 years in a row.
What changed?
Culture and accountability. Again, we had a team and a staff here that really bought in.
That team was led by then lead mechanic R.C. Creech, who brought 20 years of experience dealing with state bus inspections.
Just showing what needed to be done and set the expectations pretty high, and everybody, we pulled together and made it work.
The stepped-up attention to detail paid off with this year's inspection report. Defect points were cut in half, producing a score of 34.5, better than the regional average. What was your reaction when you saw the new score?
Just excited, elated for the district, but really for our staff and for the community.
And they've really changed a lot, so I'm proud of them.
We went back to Mackenzie Hart, parent to 3 children who ride Warren buses each school day. A 4th child will in a few years. What message does that send to parents?
From before and now, the message is sent that we're going to take care of your kids and make sure they're safe.
We take seriously the job of not only educating students every day, but transporting those students.
And after taking heat for lagging scores, the school system proved it can improve. Cullen Browder, WRAL News, Warren County.